Hey everybody, Mike Leone here for the Boxlab recap show. It all went down. Night of Champions 10 from the beautiful Caribe Royale in Orlando, Florida. As always, I'm with the man who called a lot of the action for tonight's fights, Curran Bhatia. Curran, good to see you, man.
Good to see you. Another great night. We love it here, man. The vibes were on point tonight.
You know, you said it, vibes first off, but you also said it in the ring about the hotbed that this has become. It really has, and let's get into it because there was so much action from the ring. First, let's get into the heavyweights that started off the card. Gurgen Hovhannisyan, Dajuan Calloway, 700 pounds in the ring. Another knockout for this impressive Big Goog, who they call the next Tyson Fury. What'd you make of Gurgen's performance tonight?
Well, last time out, Gurgen didn't look his best. It went to decision, and he was unhappy with that. He said, I had the flu, I had an injury. This time out, guns a-blazing, led to battle by Joe Goosen. Incredible performance for Gurgen Hovhannisyan. Got the knockout. This is what we want to see from a top heavyweight prospect, a top heavyweight up-and-comer like Gurgen Hovhannisyan.
You know, Gurgen's one to watch in the heavyweight division. Goosen has been talking about him for forever. Let's get into another heavyweight that was right after him, Lenier Pero. You've seen his brother Lenier here in action. Lenier had about a year-and-a-half layoff, coming in, fighting a tough opponent in Teddy Webster. These guys were coming to blows. What'd you make of Lenier's return to the ring and the victory?
Big win for Lenier Pero, and I think Teddy Webster, we talked about the emotional story to get here, right? He was shot twice. He said, I turned my life around in the boxing ring. He gave Pero rounds, right? And that's what Lenier Pero needs right now. He wants rounds. So it was an admirable test by Teddy Webster. Obviously, he wasn't able to get it done. Another good performance from Lenier Pero.
This was a really good performance from Lenier. I got to be honest, he caught some big shots earlier in the second and third rounds. For him to persevere like that, like you said, a year and a half off, a name to watch in the heavyweight division. Now let's go into a different division because I interviewed this guy on Thursday before the weigh-in. Hendri La Bazuca Cedeno, undefeated Dominican star, very tough challenger in Idalberto Umara, who you saw here last year in the main event against Kevin Brown. What did you make of Cedeno stopping Umara and winning the WBO Latin America title?
This was a big opportunity for Cedeno, and he rose to the occasion. Now, this fight was a close-ish fight. We saw Cedeno doing his thing, but then Umara, he stopped on his stool. And like I said during the broadcast, nothing wrong with that, right? Only a fighter knows if they can continue. So credit to Umara for making the tough decision that he had to. As a warrior, he wanted to continue, and credit to Cedeno, who gets a big knockout win. He gets the belt. We saw him ringside watching the main event, so maybe he's an interested observer. We know he's at 140 pounds. Great fighter, great win. I know they're cheering in the Dominican Republic tonight.
They are cheering him in the Dominican Republic, and our hearts go out to everything that happened out there in DR. Now let's get into somebody, again, we mentioned Umara fighting Kevin Brown. He fought Cedeno. Kevin Brown was our main event against Esteuri Suero, another Dominican fighter. A really good main event, a good style clash here too. Kevin Brown getting a knockdown in one of the rounds. What'd you make of Kevin Brown's performance as he improves to 7-0?
The storyline coming into here, Kevin Brown defending his belt. He calls this his turf, his home. He's won every single fight here. Suero wanted to turn things around. Remember, he was DQ'd recently. He said, hey, I'm going to fight discipline. The fight was going in an interesting direction, and then boom, round 9. Brown gets 2 knockdowns, gets a point deduction, flipped his whole thing on his head. Very impressive performance by Kevin Brown.
Kevin Brown is going to be a name to watch in the division. He retains the title. That'll do it for us here for Night of Champions 10. Go to boxlabpromotions.com to find out when the next one is happening. For Curran Bhatia, I'm Mike Leone.